Andre Khatchaturian, the Armenian Sports News, joined along with FAC featherweight champion Isaac Dulgarian. Congratulations, coming off a huge victory last week, your fifth first-round finish in your 5 professional fights. How's it going, champ?
It's going amazing, bro. I changed my life, so can't be any better. I got a big smile on my face all the time, ready for the next step in my career.
Yeah, and Dana White was in attendance during your victory last week, and you were awarded a UFC contract. So congratulations on that as well. Did you speak with Dana White after your fight? What did he tell you after your fight?
Man, he just told me pretty much it was an amazing fight, and he looks forward to seeing me at the next level. It kind of took me a while to process everything because I got sent into the back so quickly. That I really didn't even know what to say. I still have my wraps on. I still have my mouthpiece in, my shirt off, everything. They sent me right back there, and I was like, whoa,
That's awesome. And just looking back at the fight, TJ Britton, obviously a veteran, he's seen everything. He was 38, 39 years old, and so he has a lot of experience. And to finish him the way you did, how does that how does that make you feel to be able to accomplish that against a veteran who's seen everything in his career?
Yeah, man. TJ's an awesome guy. I spoke with him after my fight. He had a lot of great things to say. I can't say anything bad about the man. He's an awesome man. He's a preacher and all that. But I really feel like the biggest thing with that is, I don't know, like TJ, finishing TJ like that was awesome. One, it was great for the exposure and the people around me. But I felt like it was like a moment in time where everything kind of came together for me because I've been doing combat sports since I was 8 years old. And it was just a moment in time where that was my moment. That was my day. And it felt amazing for everything to come to fruition like that.
Yeah, and it's been a long road traveled for you, and just being in the cage with TJ. People watch the fight, they see the huge size disparity, the height disparity between you two. How did you go about that during training when you know you're going to go up against the guy who's so much taller than you?
Man, it was really weird because I remember getting out there and I was like, how, like as soon as the bell rang and we closed distance on each other, I was like, how am I going to get to this guy? Like, I was like, he seemed tall at weigh-ins. And then when we're out there with our shirts off, he was like way taller than I thought. And but to answer your question, I was training with a bunch of guys. We have a bunch of guys that are in our gym that are like 6'2", 6'3". I mean, they're way bigger than TJ. They're like 185 pounds plus, 200 pounds. But I was training with them for a lot of my camp to kind of get used to that length a little bit and just the range and everything, range control. So that was a big part of my game plan. And then not only that, but obviously getting takedown early, not necessarily to hold him down and finish the fight the way it did, but to make him tired first. And so I could get him to lean on his punches and kind of like throw him and not follow him back to his face so I could counter on him. Because we needed to go first because it was a southpaw fight, but I also knew if I could draw his punches out, I would be able to counter him in the stand-up.
Definitely a very unique opponent. So that's pretty impressive how you finished that very quickly. And when you guys were squaring up, it reminded me of Rocky and Drago, the size, the height difference. But you ended up winning that one. So what's next?
Yeah.
With you have the UFC contract locked up. You are going to take some time off. What's next?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is I'm still young. I'm 5-0. I've only been a pro for a year. I'm talking about, like, that's pretty crazy what I've done and everything. And I feel like if Dana and the UFC will allow me to kind of take some time off and keep developing, I feel like I'm going to come back at the end of the year and be a completely different fighter than I am right now.
That's interesting. How do you, what do you mean by that, I guess, if you don't mind elaborating?
Yeah. Like, my progression is still like skyrocketing every day. Like, I really haven't, like a lot of people, the chart, like it goes up and then it drops down a little bit and then you keep going up. Like, I'm still just straight line up with my skills everywhere, from cage work to stand up to ground control, to my jiu-jitsu, everything is constantly getting better every day. So I feel like with time, I still have so much untapped potential, and I can still just in 6 to 8, like I said, in 6 to 8 months, be a different fighter.
So is that when you're kind of trying to fight in 6 to 8 months?
Yeah. I feel like that would be great. And I'm also going to try to transition to Bantamweight. So 135. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of do a tester this summer, hopefully, and hopefully I can make it down there healthily and keep my same energy levels and stuff like that. And I feel like that'll be a big change as well for me, because I feel like I'll be healthier because I'll be eating for nutrition and everything, like eating to make that weight instead of eating whatever I want and making 45 easily. So
That's fantastic. So you want to transition to bantamweight, and obviously you just mentioned one of the challenges being, the diet. As far, do you think you'll be even a more dangerous fighter at that weight class because you walk at a much bigger weight regularly?
well, I mean, I'm light for 45, man. Like I said, I make 45 easily, like very easily. And I mean, we got people at our gym that are walk around as much as me and make 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I can make 35. It's just going to take a major lifestyle change and my nutrition and just a couple other things. But I feel like that will make me a dangerous fighter. I feel like I can compete with everyone at 135 right now. I feel like I can at 145 too. I just have a little bit of a frame issue. I'm just a little small,
Right.
which could favor. I'm 5'7". The champ Volkanovski, he's 5'7", but he also used to weigh 220 pounds. Like I'm not anywhere near that big. So I feel like 35 would be the perfect weight for me, but I'm kind of an in-betweener. If there was like a 140, that would be perfect, but there's not. So we got to pick one.
Yeah, it's good to have that option, and also it's gonna be exciting watching you develop in the next year and see where you are. And also just to ask you as well, with as far as your fights go, they end so quickly. Do you think that's an advantage for you, that there isn't that much tape on you? So now that you're in the UFC, there isn't that much for others to watch to prepare against you.
Oh yeah, definitely not. And a lot of my fights follow the same pattern as well. So there's not a lot to show, but I have a lot of tools in my tool bag. Like I have a lot, and I got a deep bag of tricks as well. So just for someone my age, I've spent my whole life in combat sports, so I have a different feel, just a different feel for this type of stuff. I've been doing it my whole life. So
And I gotta ask you this as well. You're another Armenian in the UFC. How does the process go to pick what flag goes next to your name at the UFC? Like when you do the walkouts and stuff, do you have to be born in that country, or can you show that, hey, my ancestors are Armenian? Like, how does that work out?
I'm honestly not sure about how they do that. Hopefully they let me do both.
That'll be cool.
Honestly, I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
every
Maybe
time
they'll
I
make
see
it.
you post something, it's all these Armenian emojis on your Instagram post. So you're definitely getting a lot of support from the Armenians, and we're all very proud of you in your next step.
Definitely, that's showing me mad love, and I can't be any more appreciative of all of it, man. I damn near got more Armenian fans than fans in the U.S. It's awesome.
I'm excited to see what's next for you, Isaac. Thanks again for your time, and congratulations. Enjoy the FAC belt, and good luck in your preparation for the UFC.
Thank you, brother.